Right, UFC 324 is next Saturday. I was teasing a video yesterday because I upload all my prediction videos, and the video we are going to be doing are names to look out for on the UFC 324 card. So we're going to kick off straight away. So we have got the first guy who we should look out for is Atiba Guta. I think I've definitely pronounced that name wrong. I've botched the hell out of it. But, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. But he fights at middleweight. He's 9-1 with a big 8 wins by knockout, 7 first round finishes, and is on an 8-fight win streak currently. This guy is an absolute monster. He's 23 years old. He's from Cameroon. He's an absolute beast. I'm already saying from Cameroon. We know fighters from Cameroon are normally strong, muscular, absolutely jacked. And Atiba is definitely on that list. He's got insane power, as you can see by the 8 KOs and 7 first round finishes. He's an absolute monster. And this is a guy who I could see definitely going all the way to maybe the top 5 to even a title shot. Like I said, he's only 23 years old. He's got so much time in the sport. He could lose a couple on the way, and I don't think it makes much of a difference because the power's there. The striking's there. We haven't seen much of the grappling department because of how quick he's finishing these guys. I could definitely see him get into the top 15, absolutely KOing someone like maybe, like a Cannonier, if Cannonier's still kicking. Even a Vittori, people like that. I feel like he's got the power to put these guys away. Even maybe a Jack Hermansson if Hermansson's still wanting to still go at middleweight. I know he dropped down to welterweight, but we all know Hermansson's definitely a middleweight. But yeah, he's got insane power. He's definitely on the come up. I don't know the geezer who he's fighting, but he should win this. Fingers crossed, touch wood, But he's definitely a guy to look out for. And at middleweight, he is like the Francis Ngannou of middleweight. That power he has got is ridiculous. The punch of death. And yeah, so definitely look out for Atiba. He will be the next big thing coming out of Cameroon. And yeah, so on to the next guy in the light heavyweight division. We have got Mateusz Bukauskas. That's how you pronounce it. That's how you pronounce his name. Fighting in the light heavyweight division, like I said, record 19-6, 11 of those coming by way of knockout, 3 submissions and 8 first round finishes. Bukauskas has been in the UFC before. He's been in the UFC twice. He had a first run, didn't do amazing. Then he's come back and he's on a 4-fight win streak. He's put it all together now. And I feel like for Bukauskas, he's definitely got it, He's got the grappling. He's got the striking. He's got that experience now. He's been in there with one of the top guys in the division. He did lose to Khalil Roundtree. Khalil absolutely stomped on his knee, absolutely battered his knee. But Mateus come back, and now look at him. He's on a 4-fight win streak. Went back to the regional scene, come back, and now look at him. He's doing really well. Now he's putting it all together. He's putting everything together. Last time out, knocking out Paul Craig. He's well-rounded, all that. And he is fighting to get into the rankings. And he's only 33 years old. He's not that old at all, from Lithuania as well. And his opponent is Nikita Krylov. If you're a hardcore fan, you'll know who Nikita Krylov is. Nikita is one of these fighters who he's going to finish you or he's going to get finished. He's one of those fighters. And Nikita being ranked number 13. So if Mateus can beat Nikita, he's in the top 15, closer to that top 10 as well. I think it's a good matchup. I think Mateus is definitely a guy to look at in the next year or two. I could definitely see there's some good matchups for him. This Nikita one is the first of them. I think maybe a Dominic Reyes could be a good matchup. A Johnny Walker. If you got 3 good wins like that, you're definitely pushing to the top 5. Maybe even a title shot, especially if you win over Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes were winning, I think, he won 3 in a row. So Reyes is back in some form. I know he lost to, who did he lose to? Carl Zulberg recently, but Reyes is definitely still up there. So if Mateusz Bukauskas can definitely get a Dominic Reyes fight, I think that could go in favour. Reyes is obviously a bit chinny. Bukauskas has got 11 big wins by knockout. The power's there. So we're going to have to see. But Mateusz Bukauskas is definitely one to look out for. And the last guy on our list is in the flyweight division. We have got Charles Johnson, ranked number 13 at flyweight. You know, Charles Johnson, I don't know how he's not ranked higher, and I'll get into it in a minute. But his record is 18-7, you know, a bit of a meh. 8 of them coming by KO, 3 of them coming by submission, and 4 first-round finishes. He's a nice, crisp striker. His striking is very... I'm going to compare it to like Sean O'Malley, maybe not on the level of O'Malley, but the way Charles Johnson's a sniper. He's got power as well. I'm not just saying, oh, yeah, he's just that quick that he knocks people out. No, Charles Johnson has got power. He's beat some good guys. You know, he KO'd Joshua Van, who's the current champion. Last time out, KO'ing Caviar. I forgot his first name. It's not John Caviar. But he's an up-and-coming lad from the UK who is very high praise, and Charles just knocked him out, KO'd him, Joshua Van. You know, those 2 wins there alone, for me, are like, why are you not ranked higher? Now look at Joshua Van. Joshua Van is Joshua Van's a champion, and he's got a win over him, and he KO'd Joshua Van. So he can definitely hang with the top guys in this division. I would really like Charles Johnson v Brandon Royval. I think that's a really fun matchup. Charles Johnson is going against Alex Perez, who's ranked number 11. So, once again, another guy who is trying to get to that top 10. But all 3 of these guys who I've named here, especially Mateusz Bukauskas and Charles Johnson, they're trying to get closer to that top 10. Atiba, he is still growing. I think there's definitely a lot of time for him to grow. But, yeah, I think Atiba will come through. Mateusz Bukauskas has probably got the hardest matchup, I will say. Charles Johnson against Perez, that's another hard matchup. But I think Charles Johnson can definitely win that. Alex Perez has been so hit and miss. You know, he might win one, then he'll lose 3 in a row, but then he'll win the one that he shouldn't win, and makes no sense. So I think Charles Johnson has got Perez at the right time. But they're my 3 names who I think you guys should look out for on UFC 324. Let me know what you guys think about the video. It's my first time doing one of these. Normally I'll talk about one guy and then I'll talk about the other. So it was a bit harder for me to, I'm like, right, I've got to talk more about just that one person and especially with these guys who haven't got the greatest, not resumes, but they haven't been in the UFC much. Like, for example, Atiba. But, you know, I gave it a go. Let me know what you guys think. If you've enjoyed it, I'll do more of these with other prospects and that. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these videos this year. Like, one I want to start doing is top 3 fights to watch. Top 3 strikers, top 3 grapplers, top 3 jiu-jitsu guys, you know. All those stuff. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, all that business, and I'll catch you in a bit.